Custom paint jobs are great, but how do you make them? In this video, I'll show you one way you can make your own using my program Paint Job Packer. I'll show you how to generate a mod's files, how to design and test your paint job, and how to upload it to Steam Workshop. I'll cover standard paint jobs and paint jobs with changeable colours. And at the end, I'll go over some tips for designing your own. Here are the time codes in case you'd like to skip to a certain point. Now before we begin, we'll need two programs. First, Paint Job Packer to make the mod's files. You can download it from the link in the description. It supports Windows, Mac and Linux. Second, an image editor to make your paint job in, specifically one that can save DDS images. I'll be using Photoshop with a DDS plugin I've linked in the description. You could also use GIMP, which I'll briefly cover, or you can use any other editor that can export to DDS. Let's get started. When you launch Paint Job Packer, choose Create a New Project. Now pop in some information about the mod you're making. This information will appear in the mod manager when people activate your mod. Then choose which game you're making a mod for, and click Next. On this screen, pop in the information about the paint job you are making. This information at the top affects how it appears in the upgrade shop, while the internal name down here is only used by the game behind the scenes. Your mod users won't see this name. At any point, you can click one of these help buttons to see what each field does. Down here, choose which truck cabins your paint job supports. If you're supporting more than just the largest, you'll be given this extra option. If you choose to split the paint jobs, you'll need to make one for each cabin of each truck. If you choose not to split, you'll just need to make a single paint job per truck. Splitting gives you more control over your paint job, as you can choose exactly how it looks on each size, but you'll need to do more work to complete your mod. Then on the right, choose which vehicles your paint job will support. You might just pick one truck, or maybe a trailer, or you might pick a whole lot. The choice is yours. You can filter which vehicles are displayed using this search bar. If you chose selected cabins, you can also pick which cabins your paint job will support here. If you'd like to use changeable colours in your paint job, you can click this button. I'll come back to this and show how it works a little bit later. You can also have multiple paint jobs in a single mod. Click this plus to add a new one, then put in all the information for it. You might have noticed this save button up here. This is for saving your progress in Paint Job Packer, not for saving your mod. Rather, if you've put all your information in and you're ready to make your mod, click Export. Paint Job Packer will warn you if it finds any issues, like it has here with our internal name. You can click this flashing button for more information. For example here, we can see the internal name needs to be lowercase alphanumeric, like this. Now you can choose where to export your mod. It defaults to the desktop. Here you can choose to use templates instead of empty placeholders if you downloaded them. And then here, you can choose whether or not you plan on uploading your mod to the workshop. When you're ready, hit Export. Your mod folder will look like this if you picked Workshop Upload, or just like this if you didn't. Either way, now it's time to start making your paint job files. Hop into this folder with your paint job's name. If you're familiar with Mod Studio 2 or older versions of Paint Job Packer, this replaces the vehicle folder that was here before. Click into one of the vehicles and you'll see DDS and TOBJ files. We only need to edit the DDS files. Trucks have cabins, which are the main files we'll be editing. Trailers and some trucks also have accessories, which cover specific parts. Open one up. If you're using templates, you'll see you already have an outline of the truck to build your paint job on. If not, you'll just have a small white square. Many accessories also don't have templates even when you do use them, and will be blank placeholders instead. If your image is tiny, and you want to resize it, keep it a power of 2, such as 2048, 4096, or 8192. I personally make my paint jobs at 4K, or 4096. Now go ahead and make your first pass of your paint job. Don't worry, we can continue to test and tweak it as we go, so we can start rough. If you'd like an additional template to use on top, you can download my template packs from the link in the description, with both Photoshop and PNG files. When you're ready to check your paint job out in game, save it as a DDS. On Photoshop, save a copy as DDS, in DXT5 format with mipmaps. and in GIMP, export it and pick the same. DXT5 and bitmaps. To see your paint job in game, you'll need to move it to your mod folder. Go to the games folder, which can be found here, depending on your operating system. You should see a bunch of files and folders like this. Go to the mod folder, or make one if it doesn't exist already. Then drag this folder inside the mod folder. If you generated workshop files, make sure to only drag this inner folder, not the whole one including the workshop folder. Load up your game, enable your mod in the mod manager, then head into your profile. Open up the truck or trailer browser, then pull up the vehicle you're working on. Have a look at your paint job in game. Looking good, or maybe not yet, but it's really easy to make changes. Just Alt-Tab back to your image editor, make your changes, save as DDS again, then Alt-Tab back to the game. Switch to another paint job and back to yours, and it will reflect your changes. Using this Alt-Tabbing technique, you can quickly iterate on your paint job, making tiny tweaks and checking them in game. Now go ahead and finish the rest of your paint jobs. Make all the cabins or trailer bodies using templates. Then for any accessories with empty placeholders, simply paint them a single solid colour, and this will change the colour of the entire part. Finish all your vehicles, then go back up to here, and make an icon for your paint job. Don't resize it, and save it as a DDS, with transparency as alpha 1, pre-multiplied. To see your icon update, you'll need to exit your profile and load back into it, then open the browser again. Finally, make a mod manager image, maybe with a logo or a screenshot of a vehicle. Again, don't resize it, and save it as a JPEG. Now we're ready to package our mod up to share it. Select all of these files and folders, and zip them by going right-click, compress to zip. If you drop this zip file in your mods folder, hey presto, you have a working mod. Some mods come in .scs files, and these are actually just renamed zips. If you want to make an SCS file, simply change the file extension. Now you're free to share and upload your mod wherever you want. If you want to upload to Steam Workshop, there are a few more steps to do. First, you'll need to make a workshop image. Open up this placeholder, make your image, again don't resize it, and save it as a JPEG. Then zip up your mod contents, name the file universal.zip, and place it in the workshop uploading folder alongside the versions file. Now you'll need the SCS Workshop Uploader tool. Go to your Steam library, click this drop down and tick Tools. Now search for SCS and install the uploader from here. The Workshop Uploader only supports Windows. You can run it on Linux using Proton, but it doesn't seem to work on Mac using Wine. I'm running it on Linux, which is why mine looks a little bit funky. Choose your game, then browse for the folder, and select the Workshop Uploading folder. For the preview image, select the workshop image you just made. Give your mod a name, change the visibility if you like, and give it a short description. You'll need to put in at least 50 characters here. It's a good idea to describe your paint job and say which vehicle or vehicles it supports. On the right, choose Truck Parts, scroll down and tick Paint Jobs, then select which brands your mod covers. Add a change note if you like, and click Upload. Then go to your Steam content page, click Workshop Items, and you should see your brand new mod right here. You're all done. Do note that if you make your mods on macOS like me, you'll have to remove all the hidden system files for the upload to be happy. This error caught me off guard the first time I saw it. I've included a Python script in the description that can clean your universal.zip for you. Now I'll cover how paint jobs with changeable colours work, back in this Colours menu. Any transparent parts in your paint job will show the base colour, which is this dark shade of grey by default. You can click to change it, and you can tick this box to let users change it in-game. Now, when saving a paint job with transparent parts, make sure to click Transparency and pre-multiply. When you test your paint job in-game, you'll see the base colour through the transparent parts of your image, and it'll be changeable if you tick the box. Use this technique to make paint jobs with a single part that changes colour, or a minimal design on an otherwise solid coloured truck. Making a paint job with multiple changing colours, like these default ones, is a little trickier. First, enable the colour mask mode. Note that this makes it so that logos and specific coloured elements won't work on your truck anymore. Then select whichever mask colours you're using in your paint job. Colour mask mode utilises bright red, green and blue, with shades in between blending whatever colours the user sets. Select the colours you'll be using, set what colour they'll each default to, and whether or not the user can change it. Now make your paint job with red, green and or blue regions. Save it as a DDS and check it in game. You'll see that the red region will be the colour you set red to, and the same with the green and blue regions. If you made the colours user changeable, you can change them as well. Note that like before, any transparent parts will also show the base colour through, giving you up to 4 colours to work with, plus shades in between. This system can take a while to get your head around, but it has a lot of creative potential. Now here are some tips I've learned from over a decade of making paint job mods. I mentioned resizing images before. Yes, you have to keep them as powers of 2, but what size should they be? Well, here's the same paint job at 1K to 8K. 8K and 4K are both crisp, 2K is a bit blurry, and 1K is noticeably blurry. 8K will give you better results, especially at higher resolutions, but look at the file sizes. 8K images weigh 4 times as much as 4K images, and for the Midsummer Transport paint job pack, with 2 paint jobs across 5 trucks and 2 trailers, this amounts to a difference of a few gigabytes. It's up to you whether this trade-off is worth it, but I stick to 4K for my paint jobs, and that's the size the templates are too. Speaking of file sizes, there are a couple of ways you can keep your mod size down. Images that are a single colour can be any size and look the same, so keep them small. And if 2 images turn out to be identical, such as 2 cabins of the same truck, you can use a single DDS image for both of them. TOBJ files point the game to specified DDS files, so we can point 2 TOBJs to the same DDS. Here, if I want to use the same image for cabins B and C, I can open the cabin C TOBJ using a hex editor like HexD, HexFiend or GHex. Then I can just copy the contents of the cabin B TOBJ and paste them into the cabin C one. If you change the path manually, make sure to take the path's length in hex and store it in this byte. This technique is a bit fiddly, but it can help you cut down on your mod size, making it download faster and load faster. Which trucks and trailers should your paint job support? Paint Job Packer V1 had simple analytics built in, so we know what the most popular vehicles were. Keep in mind these stats don't include vehicles released since 2023. The newest Scanias, Volvo FH and Mercedes-Benz Actros, the classic American trucks, and the standard SCS box trailer are good options if you'd like a paint job that covers vehicles that lots of people use. That covers just about everything you need to know about making a paint job. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know below, or on the forum thread. If you're multilingual, and would like to help translate Paint Job Packer, you can click this button on the About screen. Or you can click this button if you're a developer and would like to contribute on GitHub. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.